All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here for the Inspiration Nation meeting. And, this young lady that I'm about to introduce, she and I have been together for quite a few years, and I've seen her, watch her grow. And she's just an amazing person, a caring person, a giving person. And it's great to call her friend. And I'm sure that for many of you, she is a mentor to help you become more successful in whatever it is you're doing. So without further ado, please welcome Madame Melody Rybar.
Woohoo! Who wouldn't want to wake up to that every day? Oh my goodness, Mr. Craig Jackman, it's such an honor and a blessing to have you here with us. And it was so wonderful getting to hang out with you yesterday, celebrating your birthday. So
thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and thank you everybody who did me the honor of seeing their wishes. So thank you so much.
Yes, and I've been watching. I've learned so much from Craig. I've been looking up to Craig for many, many years. Way before I had the confidence to do a Zoom call on my own or a team call, or before I had a team, I was learning from Craig. So thank you, Craig. I love and appreciate you so much. And we are honored to have you here. But anyways, thank you for joining us on our team call with Inspiration Nation. We're here to provide and inspire, provide motivation, to give you the point guide and direct you to everything that Robert has given to us. So, one of the things that I love about a new year, I mean, how many of you have made a resolution for the new year? I don't do resolutions. I don't, I think, and I know Craig and you and I were talking about this, how I was talking to a friend and I said 10 days before the new year, hey, we're going to do this in the new year. We're going to start on the 1st. So why don't we start now? Why wait? Get started now. So how do we start? Hi, Cedric. How do we start? Hi, Jenny. How do we start to do something to better ourselves? And what is it that you're looking for? How are you going to make 2017 bigger and better and more successful? You're going to be happier. What are you going to do to make it different than 2016? To make it different than 2015? And, we talked about this last week a little bit on our team call. But we have to take action. Act. Action changes things. How many of us want to take action and want a different results in 2017? I know I do. I'm so excited. And if you guys aren't waking up excited every day, then I'm just going to say we need to find out what excites you, where your passions lie, what's going to be so exciting is going to keep you from wanting to fall asleep the night before. But I am so thrilled to wake up every morning because I get to spend my days doing what I love to do. What I love to do. Jim Rohn says, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, but let your learning lead to action. So how many of you, I know I've done the same, we sign up for things, maybe businesses, maybe we're hoppers. Like Chelsea and I were talking about those frogs that we know, the hoppers. We sign up for different services, maybe different social medias, different things on Facebook. Maybe you signed up for LinkedIn and you never used it. Maybe you signed up for WordPress, never used it. Maybe you signed up for MailChimp, never used it. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We need to, whatever we are using, whatever we're plugging into, we need to start putting it to use for us. We absolutely have to do something different to get different results. Many of you agree? Yeah? Excellent. So one of the things that I love, and I say it every week, I love Wednesdays because I get to see your faces. You know, you guys get to meet each other. This is what we do to provide you support, to help, you know, answer any questions you have. We're all in LMU. We're all loving learning from Robert. But what do we do to apply that to where it is, what it is you want to get you those different results, right? Well, we've got great tools. We got those Facebook Lives every day, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. We've got the live master classes for those of you who are students. Don't ever miss a master class, you know, and they're recorded. So you can plug into that. If you can't make it live, which there is nothing, I think Janessa, you and I were talking about that. There is nothing like the energy, the value of having Robert speak to you personally to help you get your results that you're looking for. There is nothing more valuable than that. There are so many things, the courses. And those of you who aren't students, there's so much great, valuable content that's going to help you get in the right, you know, to set your sail like we were talking about last week, right? To set your sail. So what I was going to do is I was talking to Robert, and there is a video that he did, and most of his videos are quite long, and many of you may have seen this one before, but I want you to know you're not by yourself. You're not. But some of you are going, well, Melody doesn't call me every day. She doesn't message me every day. I feel like I'm by myself all the time. Anybody ever feel like you're by yourself and you got to figure it out by yourself? Sometimes. I guarantee you, if you message me, Cedric, every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day even, I'm going to message back. If you need something, you need to contact me. But I want you guys to understand, Robert is there for us. Craig and I are there for you. Janessa and Toby, Chelsea, we're all here for you. So the hardest thing for me was to ask for help. And Craig saw me go through this period. I was working I had direct access to Robert Hollis Jr. Speed dial on my phone. And it took me over 4 years before I would ask him for help. Every time I saw him, he says, Melody, why don't you call me? Why don't you use me? What can I do for you? And I thought, oh, he's got to be so busy. And who am I? You know, my questions are probably stupid questions to him. Why would he take the time to help me? Because he loves helping people. I love helping people. Craig loves helping people. Robert loves helping people. So I'm going to play a video. It's about, I think it's about 10 minutes of Robert talking about not being by yourself. So I'm going to share my screen. And if you don't see it here, or somebody give me a heads up and tell me you do. Let me see how I can do this. Make this bigger. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Here we go.
Melody, we can't seem to hear it.
Okay, let me see if I can do something different here. Okay. Let me see how I can back out of this. I have my volume all the way up. Yeah, it's up there and it's up here. Let me know that if this is any different. It looks like it's going to be the same. Are all of you having a problem hearing it?
Yeah, it's very soft. It's not coming through the sound system that well.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just come back to you here. I am not going to share it with you, but there is all by yourself sucks on Robert's YouTube channel. So I want you guys, to access that. My whole point of sharing that with you is really, I want you to know that we are here for you. If you're sharing somebody's story, if you're sharing my story, introduce people to me. Let me talk to them. Let me help you. I know I do this all the time with some of you. PJ is really good at putting me on Zoom calls with people. But it's not that you can't do this by yourself. I want you to understand that too. It's you don't have to. You don't have to. So by a show of, well, I'm not even asking for hands, but if you're not getting people to download thank you, Craig. If you're not getting people to download Robert's free book, which by the way, I just got another copy. I'm going to give it to someone. I was sharing with Chelsea, I'm going to leave this at my parents' house. Just leave it there like I forgot it, and I bet you they read it. Because if I tell them to read it, they're not going to. So, but if you're not getting people to download Robert's book or the free affiliation domination course, if you're not able to invite somebody successfully to expose them to Robert on Robert's free lives, those lives, that's valuable information. That's great exposure. That's the equivalent of what is the word I want to use, Craig? My brain just went blonde.
A free session with Robert.
Right, but an effective presentation. If you're edifying and edifying and edifying, what better way to edify what you're learning, what you have access to, than directly to Robert's lives? If they can't get on it live, share the link. Let them watch the recording of it. It's all right there for them. So if you're having a hard time getting people to get on or meet somebody or listen to Robert or download the book, maybe, and I want you guys to watch, because when people tell me they've downloaded the book, you guys should know that you get a notification saying, hey, somebody downloaded the book, right? So if they're telling you, yes, I downloaded, and you didn't get that notification, they didn't download it. So what I do is I follow up with them. Can I help you to make sure that you were able to access it? Can you check your email and confirm that email so you can download it? Remind them they got to confirm that email or they're not going to get access. And then you're going to keep thinking, well, I shared it with 10 people and 10 people didn't get it. Sometimes people need a little nudge. They need to know, hey, check for that information, check for that email so you can access it. So is anybody here having a hard time sharing the free book or the free course and getting people to watch Robert's Facebook Lives? Is everybody sharing to start with? You're all sharing. So do you think maybe it's follow-up? Do you think after they've watched Robert's live, do you go back to that person? Hey, I saw you on Robert's live. What did you like best? That was so exciting, right? So following up with them, if we share it with them and then we never talk to them again, you know what's going to happen? Craig and I are posting Life Mechanics links on there, and they're going to go to Robert and sign up. Oops. And they're going to go, yeah, I signed up. Yep, wah, wah, wah. I'm reading your lips here. So that's what, it's so important to not only be doing the actions that we need. I mean, everything that Robert teaches, from the morning ritual to your personal development, your own personal growth. But we need to be doing the activities, talking to people, building rapport with people. How many of you can tell me that you talk to at least 15 new people a day? How are we going to make money? How are we going to help people? If you're here at LMU and you want to make money, we got to do something different. So this is what I'm going to do. I was just talking to Chelsea, and I know Toby and Janessa and PJ have been part of this before. I had done previously a 30-day accountability course. And in this course, I put together things that I took from Robert over the last 8 years, all of the activities that he has done, and I put them together. So we're not just hearing, you know, you need to do this day, and you need, you know, maybe he'll share 1 or 2 things that he does in a Facebook Live or in a training or a master class. I've taken them all and put them together. Everything. So I could duplicate as best as to my ability what Robert does, the activities. The reason why I call it an accountability course is because, and I do this, I've done this with several of you on here, and I do it with my personal clients that I coach and mentor. And it really helps them because some of us think, and we put off till tomorrow what we think we should be doing today. And if nobody knows, tomorrow we'll put it off again. Oh, well, I only talked to this many people today, so I'll just add 5 more tomorrow. And then that doesn't happen. And, you know, oh, but I got to do laundry and this, and I got to get ready for work tomorrow, right? The kid fell down and bumped his head, and I've got to comfort them. How many of you feel like that sometimes having an accountability buddy would be helpful to get you the results for 2017? It's something that I'm going to offer to you. If you really are wanting or needing that. So, Toby, I know you took the accountability course with me. Mm-hmm. And we put together, you know, I send you exactly what I do every single day, from the morning ritual to the personal growth for you, to the activities you need to do. So can you share with everybody how that might have helped you, and, you know,
from absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry for getting on late. I had to reboot my computer, had some issues with that. But yeah, the accountability group did help because I took more action during that accountability period than any other time. Because, you know, you're accountable and you know, you're accountable yourself, but also to your coach. And so it definitely, I took a lot more action. And even when I don't take that action after the accountability group, I know that I have done it before, and I know what I need to, I know what I can do and what I should be doing. So it was definitely helpful. You know, just knowing what you should do and having someone accountable does make a big difference. I'm not in the dark. It's, I guess that's, you know, or by myself.
Well, everybody asks me every day. I get asked, "What did you do to get to $10,000 a month? What did you do?" I just want to know what you did. I don't want to know anything else. I just want to do what you did. Did I work hard? Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I did work hard. I put a lot of time into it. Some of you are going, "But I got a job. I've got family. I've got other responsibilities. I've got other things that I'm building." Everything in the accountability course, just as LMU, everything comes from Robert, and everything is going to help you be successful in everything. It's building success habits. I'm not going to tell you to do anything that Robert didn't do himself. I'm not going to tell you to do anything that I didn't do myself. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I worked hard. I didn't get sleep sometimes. Yeah, I didn't hang out with my friends and family sometimes. I gave that up. I had to make sacrifices. So any of you willing to sacrifice something to get the results that you're tired of not getting? Because if you are, I want you to go ahead and reach out to me personally. So, but I want to, you know, and I told Janessa and Toby and Jaime and PJ and Chelsea, I told them I wasn't going to do this again. Robert asked me, Melody, do you like it? It's a lot of work for me. Everybody checking in with me and saying, okay, this is what I did today, or this is what I didn't get done. This is where I'm at, and can you help me with this stuff? I love seeing you guys get the results. I love watching your confidence build in it, knowing that you're doing what you need to do. I love that part of it, and that's why I do it. But I am contemplating, and I was talking to Chelsea earlier, I know people that have been asking me to do this. So I'm just putting it out there. If you guys feel like you need to know exactly what to do, I'm here. I'm going to help you with that. And those of you who have taken it before, if you want to do it again, let's jumpstart 2017. Let's turn up the heat. Because for me, I already know 2017 is going to be epic. Epic. 2016 was the best year I've had in, I want to say forever. Forever. And I'm not talking about just financially. I'm talking about in my own personal growth, in my own happiness. I mean, yeah, I'm a mom. I was really happy when I got the day I got married, you know, when I had my children. But that was different. I wasn't fulfilled in what I wanted for my life. Now my kids are all grown up. I'm sitting here in a big house all by myself. And what I get to do is spend my time with those of you who want that help. So, yeah, you reach out to me in a private message if you are interested in that, or a form of coaching or mentoring, whatever it is that you need. I want to make sure that we get more people to raise their incomes, whether it's in your other businesses, other ventures, or whatever. We want to get you the skills that you need, the marketing techniques, all of that stuff that Robert teaches. We want to make sure that 2017 gets a jump start for you. You all in for that? Yeah? Good. Excellent. So, but I want you also to know that, and that's why I was sharing Robert's video today, was you don't have to do this by yourself. I didn't do it by myself. That's what's so awesome about Robert and what he offers us. You know, it's about, gosh, I had words that I was going to use. Identifying and simplifying. I want to help simplify things because there was a message I got yesterday, and somebody said, where do you start? There's so much to learn. Let's just start at the beginning. Let's one thing at a time, one step at a time. And if you need somebody to hold your hand, you need an accountability buddy, you've got that. If you don't, that's great. That's great. We're still here to help you. But if you're not getting any different results than you were in December or November or October, all of last year, the last 5 years, we really need to sit down and talk. So I want you to know that you can reach out to me for that. That's, I don't want to keep everybody all day long. I know that we've got so much with the webinar coming up on Sunday. Is everybody registered? Everybody registered? Yay! Awesome. Okay, it's going to be an awesome webinar. You can promote this webinar. Invite people in other companies, in your companies, on your teams, wherever. Your friends, your Facebook. Post an ad. Boost the post. Whatever it is, get it in front of as many people as possible. Awesome, Jenny. Awesome. Toby.
Yeah, I had a question. I'm not sure if you have enough time on this call or if you want to table this to another call. But, I've heard a lot of your story. I know when you started doing really well and you've been following for 8 years, could you at some point kind of give us a little bit bigger picture of like how long you've been with them and kind of like encapsulate with a little more detail as to what those first few years were like. I just heard about how you were talking about just a few minutes ago about Robert Hollis Jr. But could you give us a little bit of a better idea, like how did you meet Robert and those first few years?
Absolutely. Thank you, Toby. I met Robert, I want to say it was, Robert and I were talking about this. We were trying to figure out, I think it was about 8 years ago. I was introduced to Robert through a friend of mine named Scott Kloster. He introduced me to, and Craig was there. He introduced me to a product in a network marketing company. I had amazing results from it. And because of the results that I got involved in the company. Now, I didn't think that I would still be here 6 years later. According to the doctors, no. So because of that, I saw the potential and I believed in the product, and I knew a lot of sick people. Because of that, I saw the potential of building a residual income to be able to help my kids when I was gone. But I started to see lives change. I started to get excited. Now, I got so excited, I bought product for everybody that couldn't afford it and gave it away. Not a way you want to build a company. That doesn't work. So I learned from Robert, and the very first day that I ever heard Robert speak, Scott invited me to come here, and there were about 200 or 300 people there, and I sat in the back row. I texted him, I'm here, and I was sitting in the very back row. Scott's like, come up here, come up here. These are the money seats, right up front in the middle, and I was just like, oh no, but I didn't want to be embarrassed, so I sat down there. And Robert talked for a while, and he said one thing that I'll never, ever forget. And he asked, why is it that people fail? Business, life, relationships. Why is it that people fail? They focus on surviving than rather focus on thriving. And at that point, I literally nudged Scott with my elbow. And I went, oh my God, you told him about me. He's talking about me. And I was so embarrassed. And Robert looked right at me when he said it. So I thought. But apparently several other people in the room thought the same thing. And that's where I was. I was stuck in that trouble bubble that my life. This is all I could see. And I've said this before, I didn't look at future success, future anything. I was scared to death of tomorrow. And I was in a very, very bad place at that time. And we had been homeless for 1.5 years. And I didn't even have the gas in my car. I didn't know if I was going to make it all the way home. But he said, you got to be there. You got to meet this guy. And he edified him so well that, I didn't think he could do anything for me, but I knew that my life was in a different place because of my health, because of the product. So I thought there was value there. So what did we do? He edified somebody else. He put me in front of somebody else. I knew that day that Robert, he understood things. He saw things different than I saw. He had success. There were people there that were giving him accolades for helping them have their success. And over the last few years, I started to learn from Robert, and I was on every training call he did. He used to do calls at 8 a.m. in the morning, Monday, I think it was Monday through Saturday at that time. And I was on every call, and I was taking notes. And I'll tell you, that was really hard for me because I don't like mornings. I like to wake up when I'm done sleeping. I got to the point, my kids were grown. I didn't have to get up to take them to school, make breakfast or lunches or anything. I could wake up when I was done sleeping. But I knew there was value there, and I was taking notes. And I have binder after binder, journal after journal, taking notes from Robert over the years. My mistake, Toby, was I never really applied what I was learning from Robert. It was all head knowledge. Didn't make any difference in my pocketbook. Every once in a while, you'd hear a little change going off, but I wasn't applying what he was teaching me. So that's why in 2015, I wrote to him on Facebook. We had a friendship, an incredible friendship that developed. I wrote to him on Facebook and I said, Robert, would you please mentor me? And he called me on the phone immediately. Immediately. And he said, Melody, I would love to mentor you. Now, I was already part of his mentorship program. I was already on all the calls and all the training, but I knew I was missing something. And he said, Melody, you're going to have to do what I do to get the results that I got. That's where I started going back through all of my journals, everything, all the notes I've taken from him, and I put it together. What is he doing? He says he does this here. You know, this year he's saying he does this, and I started putting it all together. That's how I came up with the 30-day accountability course. Why 30 days? It takes about 30 days to create a success habit. Well, it takes about 30 days to create a bad habit too, right? So I wanted to, I was tired. I was desperate. I was living in a place that I couldn't keep the power on. Sometimes I didn't have water. And this was going on year after year after year after year. I wanted something different. In 2015, I took what Robert said serious. When he said to do something, I did it as best as I could. I made an attempt. I went through that millionaire creation formula. I took notes. I was on the live calls when he did it. I took notes. We didn't have PDFs back then. Now you get to individualize it for yourself, right? Individualize those results for yourself. So millionaire creation formula, honestly, in my first 30 days with LMU, it was unlimited profits back then. We didn't change over to the new platform with LMU. I made $1,000. I had borrowed the money to get started as a student. In fact, somebody told me, I know Robert can help you and I know you can do this. I didn't think I could do it. I was scared to borrow money. How will I ever pay them back? That's how broken this was. That's how broke I was. And so 30 days, I made $1,000 while I was learning. I wasn't there to make money. I needed to, but I had made a commitment to myself to better myself, to get better every day, right? To fix me and change my mindset. In under 60 days, I replaced my full-time income and I never went back. Never. No more negative Nancy. No more Debbie Downer. No more. And in under 90 days, I was able to, I made over $10,000 a month in that month. And my kids would see me struggle year after year after year after year and keep telling me, Mom, get a real job. What are you following this guy for? I've had friends put together a call like this online, doing an intervention with a psychologist, because they thought I was in some kind of cult with Robert. Why? I can't miss a call. I can't meet with you today. I've got to be in this call. I've got to be in this training. This guy is changing my life. They didn't know. They didn't bother to check out any of the information I gave them. And literally, one of the husbands of one of the women who was a psychologist, they were trying to get me out of this cult I was in. You can't be any better than you are. There's nothing wrong with you. That's what I thought. There was a lot wrong with this. My heart's the same. My soul is the same. My passions have grown, but I'm still the same person. I just have better skills now. Now I have the skills to teach you how to make $10,000 a month. That's what you want to do? I can teach you how to do it. So that's kind of my story. Now my kids see my income and they're going, wow, Mom, I guess you were onto something. But, you know, somebody was asking me, how do you get your family to support you? How do you get your kids to see? You know, somebody said to me, I can't even think of who it was. Somebody said, my kid needs a job. They're out of work right now and they need to make extra income. They can do it from home, but they don't listen to me. Don't Don't even go there. They need to see results in you first. They need to see change in you first. It's great to share any of the personal development with them. But, even with I see PJ, you can't just say to your husband, your spouse, you got to listen to this, because they don't listen to us. People will start noticing the change within you. And then they're going to go, what are you doing? Where did you learn that? Right? So, yeah, changing this up here, exactly, Craig. So, and Craig, you were there. You were there for many, many years. I mean, you've been more up close and personal with Robert over those first few years than I was.
It's amazing because he does. I mean, and what Melody is even saying is very, very true, where, sometimes family and friends don't see it until things start to happen. So for those of you, for example, that are in the network marketing industry, my recommendation is don't share it with them unless they want to. That's great, but don't push it on them. Let them see the results from you, because that will change their mind better than if you're sitting here trying to convince them. But absolutely, it's with Robert, it was just what he said, what he did, and backing up exactly everything that he said and did. And, when he says success leaves clues, then that's it. And PJ, you're right. Especially when, in this case, your husband sees a difference, that is exactly it. It speaks louder than words. And that's all that, we're here to share. We're here to do. And it's where the action is. That's what the whole point is taking the action and doing it. I forget somebody, it's like, I think the quote is from Thomas Edison. He found out how many different 10,000 ways to create a light bulb that was wrong before let's say, I haven't failed. Here's the quote. It's, I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So if you look at it from that perspective, that, okay, maybe this doesn't work here, but let's try this. And not being in anybody's face, particularly with family, but just to let it happen. That's why what Robert says when he's talking about building rapport is so, so important. I don't know how many of you have tried to go out there and just hit everybody as much as you can and not think about the rapport concept. And they turn and walk away. Or maybe, and then only to find out later that maybe somebody else who did build rapport, which happened to me one time, somebody else who happened to build rapport with the same person that I spoke with enrolled under them. So, and the thing that we have to do also is, as Melody was saying, you got to work on it. It takes time. As much as, what is the phrase, Lord, grant me the patience, but I want it now. I'm guilty, very guilty, and I think we all are. So that's why the rapport thing is so, so important. And it takes time, but Melody is exactly a fantastic example of taking time, doing it right, because the success left the clues for her to follow, and look where she is now.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Guys, sometimes your life can change so fast. But anything good is going to take time. If you have to work on yourselves, no matter what industry you're in, what career or profession, we have to work on being a master at that. It doesn't mean we have to wait till we're a master to make money at it, but to grow during it. That's what we want to do. And LMU is a perfect avenue for you to be able to earn as you learn. Earn as you learn. Yes, exactly, Jenny. So, Toby, I hope that answered your question. I know it was a long answer to your question, but we have it here. That way you can share it with somebody. It's phenomenal what Robert has done to change my life. Truly phenomenal. And I was so broken. That's the best word I could use. I was broken physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in every sense of the word. And now I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. And my health got better. You know what's funny? As I worked on this, my health got better. I became stronger. So.
The other question I had for you, how many times did you go through the MCF before you had that that $1,000 a month? And I mean, for that 3-month period, how many times have you been through the MCF at that point? I know you've been through it 13 times now.
I'm working on my 13th time. That was one time. I went through it one time at that point. And that was live, where he was doing it every day for that 28 days or 22 days, I think. 27 hours, 28 hours, 22 days. But yeah, the thing was is I knew that I needed to start taking action. So I would listen to Robert. I also played the recordings for the things that I thought, my notes, because I couldn't take them fast enough. There was so much in there that I knew I needed to write down. So I would go back and try to find what he was talking about to fill in the blanks in my notes. But it was, really being on there, taking notes, and applying something to my everyday life. It didn't necessarily have to be to my business, to my everyday life, to the relationships I had in my life. Learning to listen, learning perception of other people, not being a right fighter. How many people, by a show of hands, how many people know those people, they're always right, and you can't tell them differently? How many of you got caught up in debating with them? I used to. It's not a good place to be. It just isn't. So what I love is I can share content, valuable content, life-changing content with people that have ears to hear, and I don't have to sell them anything. We're not trying to cram anything down anybody's throat. We're not trying to say our business is better than yours, or you need this, or you're never going to be successful. That doesn't work. Their ears shut off. That brick wall goes up. It's about helping everybody in every industry, in every profession, in every career, whatever their passion is. It's not about taking them away and distracting them from what they want to do. It's about helping them put a spotlight on it with LMU. So I had somebody write me a message and say, I just don't think I'm not going to be part of LMU because network marketing isn't for me. Now, they weren't signed with me. They were somewhere in our family. And I'm just like, this is not network marketing, guys. It's not. It's an affiliate program. Does anybody make money in any other affiliate program? Or have make money in affiliate programs? Uber is an affiliate program, right? I know people that don't drive for Uber, and they make a lot of money sharing the affiliate link. It's about, for us, it's just about giving information to people that need it. Not everybody's going to want it. Not everybody's at the right place at the right time in their life. I was at the right place at the right time, finally. And having somebody else like Robert tell me, I'm here for you. Let me help you. But I didn't feel good about him helping me if I wasn't going to listen and apply, do what he said to do. That's what made the difference for me. He's giving me his time. I need to listen to them. Not treat them like a smorgasbord, picking and choosing those things that I want to do, I was willing to do, I felt comfortable doing. And then go, well, I'm doing what you're saying, not everything, but I'm doing some of the things you're saying and I'm not getting results. That was my fault. So, anybody else have any questions, anything, any input? Does everybody know what they should be doing? Yes? Everybody knows? Jenny, you look a little iffy there. Go ahead, Paula.
I need to be listening to you and listening to Robert and doing the Millionaire Creation Formula. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, I want to add something. It's not about going through the Millionaire Creation Formula. It's about learning it. Learning it, apply it. How do we learn the best? By doing. Right? So you've got to take something, and for me, I don't know if it's my age or scatterbrain or blonde. I'll blame it on the blonde. I have to write things down to remember. I have to write things down to remember them. I remember better that way. We remember things 65% better when we see it, right? So, yeah, I'm with you, Jenny. So does anybody have any questions? We've all read Robert's book, right? We've read it. We're sharing it, giving it away. We just had the holiday season. That should have been, you should have been taking advantage of giving a gift away. So, yeah, share Robert's book. Not everybody's going to read it. I'm going to tell you that right now. But you need to learn from the training how to find the right people to share it with. Yeah? Okay, anybody else? Anything? I hear static, and I don't know if that's coming on my end or what. Jenny, do you have anything? Nope.
I was going to remind everybody that the link is up if you want to use it on the affiliate page for Life Mechanic University so that you can share the webinar and get credit for sharing the link. It's the top entry. So if you go to the affiliate page, log in, and you go to the link generator, it's the very first listing across the top. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, it's there. I already checked it out this morning, and I already put it up at least on my page, so hopefully everybody's going to follow suit because you want to make sure that you get credit for that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you know what? That's a perfect thing to post an ad with.
Mm-hmm.
You can post it as an ad. I did it. The more people that see it, and if you've done the Facebook ad training, you'll know how to target the right demographics, the right market, in sharing that with people. So if you need help with that, let me know. But you can all go to my page, Inspiration Nation, and see. I had 50 people hit the link in like 2 hours. So you can do it. You can do it. Yay. Any questions, anything from anybody? No? We're all good? We're all, oh, Janessa.
Is it the webinar just informational purposes, or is Robert offering something like the last time?
I'm pretty sure there will be an offer. And which, by the way, I purchased the last offer. The Science of Getting Rich series that he did. It's phenomenal. It was better the second time I went through it. So, you know, I didn't want to miss it. I knew how valuable, I saw him do it live. I knew how valuable it was, and I wanted to own it. It needed to be part of my library. That was investing in me. So, I haven't talked to Robert about what the offer is, but if you would learn what, you know, how he promotes, how he does the webinars, how he offers free, and then there's usually and offer there. So that's why you want to have people register through your link. And like Craig was saying, it's the top link. The code is 2017 on that. Be sharing it with people. You can share it. You can post it. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but you can post the link and then it will generate the thumbnail. And then you can go back in the message part and delete where it has the link there. And it looks very professional that way. It doesn't look like you're trying to just throw a link out there.
And a recommendation too is to just say, click on the image below, which makes it more of an active thing for people. So, hey, join us, register by clicking on the image below and leave it at that.
Yeah. One of the posts that I did, I took a lot of the verbiage from the page. So if you ever don't know what to say, what does Robert have on the page? That's a message that we want to get to people. But also create a sense of urgency. Register today. You know, put a call of action, attach a call of action to things so people will have that sense of urgency, or don't miss this, something like that. But everybody here should be registered for that, and everybody on your teams should be registered. Check in with everybody. Patricia asked me, Patricia, you asked me a question and I was driving, and I said we would talk about it on here.
Yeah, my question was, I have 5 people that had downloaded the ebook, so I wanted to know what to put in the mail to invite them to the webinar. That was my question.
You just like what we're posting, you know, don't miss this, or, you know, look on the page there, and let me see if I can find it. I'm just going to see if I can.
Okay.
What I posted on this one. I don't want to end the meeting or the recording. I don't know if it's here. I can use it on. I can look on my phone. It'd be easier. That way I don't lose you. But on mine, I took verbiage from Robert's page, and I just condensed it down. And on this one particular one, it says free webinar, create an extraordinary life and achieve your resolutions in 2017. Okay. Register today. But it basically says what it needs to say in the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's the thumbnail that comes up with it. So that's one that I did. It's simple. Look to see what Robert's posting. If you don't know what to post, post what's working for somebody else. But you got to share it. People aren't going to know through osmosis. So, yeah, and that way when they're on there and they're linked through your link and they purchase something, it's going to go to you. When they register for the free affiliate program, you know, they're going to be linked to you.
I understand that. Sometimes what you put in a mail is different from what you post in Facebook or other social media. That is
right.
What I was taught. So that's
the one thing that I would like to bring up is when you're posting something to mail, you have to realize sometimes people don't open the mail if they don't know you.
No, so I absolutely do that, so I know.
Right. I get emails that are too long, and I know this happens to Robert, even with messages. If the messages are too lengthy, he's gone. He's zoned out. Many of you know that. It's easier for if you have a longer message with Robert, do it in a voice thing for him. But in email, when they're really long, I just don't bother. I don't have time for that. You want to just, hey, register today. This is, you know, for you, free.
And if I may add the same thing, remember Robert has always talked about the 8-second attention span. And that is so important when you think about, even with the emails, just keep it short and simple. If they're interested, great. If they're not, you know what? They're not. But keep it short, sweet, and I agree with exactly what Melody's saying. Use the information that Robert has there or what Robert is using when he posts up to Facebook. keep it simple, or as the KISS method, keep it super simple.
There you go. Bam. Bam. So yeah, Patricia, absolutely. You definitely want to send it. If you guys have people that you have received or downloaded or put in their information, you received an email saying somebody received something, you received their email. Go back through all those people and invite them to that webinar.
Okay.
Don't leave anything on the table. Because I guarantee you, with as much as I post, Robert posts, Robert would say all the time, if you don't tell your friends and family, I'll tell them for you. So I know Robert appreciates us supporting him, but I also know he'd like for you to be making some money. So anything else? It's good to see you all. Hey, Anita, good to see you pop on. Robert, it's wonderful having you here this week. It's good to see all of you. Hi, Jenny. So, loving the videos. I'm watching some of you do. Fabulous, fabulous. Branding yourselves, Anita. You are on fire. You are on fire. Awesome.
Thank you.
So if anybody doesn't, if nobody has anything, I just want to encourage you guys, reach out to one another. Friend one another if you're not friends. Ask other people what they're doing. Reach out to me if you need help. If you're not getting results, the results you want, if you're not getting notifications every day that somebody's downloaded a book or the affiliation program, and you're here because you want to make money, you're not doing it enough. So maybe you need the accountability program. That's just up to you. It's just something that I'm offering if you want it. It's not a mandatory thing. It's nothing that Robert doesn't already teach, but we need to apply it. Mwah. So, okay, I'm going to pass it back to Craig. Any reminders, Craig?
Other than the webinar happening this weekend, and of course, being with Robert daily, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time at www.facebook.com/givingitforward. I would say everybody have a fantabulous week, and we will definitely see you with Robert. We will see you here next week, and thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be part of Inspiration Nation.
Thank you so much, Craig. And I want to say real quick. Last week I kind of got off hurried at the very end of our team call, and I didn't give a proper thank you for Chelsea for hosting our call last week. So I want to thank you guys for stepping up, being the amazing leaders that you guys are. I really appreciate you. I love watching you grow. I love what you pour into this team, and I'm so thankful for you. Thank you, everybody, for spending some time with us. And if you need anything, you know where to find me.
And I agree with Janessa. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Masterclass, Saturday, right after the Ask Me Anything Saturday.
Right. And then Sunday, the live webinar. Get yourself registered. Invite, invite, invite. Love you all. Have a great week. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.